Good evening, everybody. How's it going? Just finishing getting things set up here. I think should be by and large pretty much ready to go already. Just giving everything the once over, making sure it's all still fine and dandy and ready to go. Full of interesting rounds tonight. Two longest tracks on the schedule, I think, for both respective series. We've got VIR South in the Legends and Circuit de la Sarthe for the Porsches. Coincidence, literally pure coincidence. It's the week after Le Mans, but worked out, I guess. Yeah. I'm hoping that it's gonna accept the track properly. Because I know sometimes it can be a little bit finicky of spaces in the names of the folders, but we'll see. We'll see. So maybe there might be some slight technical difficulties to start the Legends race. But should get those resolved pretty quick, I think. Hopefully. Yeah, a couple of minutes now until the server goes live. So, and hopefully everything is all properly set up. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these go. Not been the best performances for me so far this season, so hoping tonight is gonna be the night where I can get a bit more going. I did get a podium in race 2 at the Legends yesterday, so maybe another podium tonight would be pretty sweet. And who knows? Hopefully, I can do something in the Porsches as well. Completely different track, obviously, to the previous ones, which were more technical. Obviously, the Circuit de la Sarthe is going to be quite flat. I have actually driven it with the car. I didn't change the setup on the car when I did test drive it, so I'd assume you could unlock even more speed out of it. But even on the baseline, the car is a rocket around the track, which is pretty fun. And hopefully, it puts on some interesting racing. We'll see. I know the slipstream is pretty strong, so hopefully we can get some good racing going. That's did he ping the wrong server? That would have been a whoops. Okay, cool. We are live on the server front. Okay. Put all my windows in check. Let's hit a couple of laps up here. I'm gonna leave everything stuck for now. Not sure how relevant whatever meddling setup work I did at other tracks is really gonna carry over here. Yeah, there's a track that actually uses the alternate start line back there on. This is the back straight, obviously. Makes use of the back straight, the first half of the back straight, and then the back half of the Patriot course, which is this like weird like infield course. I've actually never raced on this layout myself before. I don't know if anybody else has either. So this will be. Oh god, I did test drive it. I thought it could be interesting. Obviously, need to get my bearings again, especially in this infield section, as there are blind corners, and it's definitely the part of the part of the track that I'm least familiar with, and the easiest one to get wrong. And obviously, we're back out onto the main sort of full course now, as they say, coming down to the hairpin at the base of the track. Now loop around back onto the back straight away. Of course, pit lane to the left there. We don't need that. We just keep on going. The power on down, almost topping out in 5th gear. Of course, slightly uphill, so probably would if it wasn't uphill. Braked a bit too early there, but it's fine. Kind of tightens up on you. And we plunge downhill here. Probably could keep more to the left, actually. To break over this crest, because we immediately turn as we come over it. I think we quite get that right. And keep the rear end in check as we head down the hill. Yeah. Another tight hairpin. We turn back onto the left. Oh shit. Be not properly paying attention. Oh god. Okay, that was weird. I guess into the pits we go. I think I didn't quite grip up there, so when I hit the throttle, it just went. Oh. Okay. I'm actually. Yeah, I said I wasn't going to load a setup from last time, but I think I will. Put the one from Highlands. And we'll extend the gearing, because we need that extended gearing. Full gears. But I think this is designed to be a bit more stable. So we'll see how this goes. Might be good, might be a whole lot of rubbish. But we got 15 minutes still, so we got some time to feel it out, really. You never get the braking here right. I always brake too early because it's a blind braking zone. Which is just fine with the right markers and know that that's where I need to brake. Go with a handy arrow icon at the end. Tell you should turn here. It's feeling better though. Car isn't wanting to step out as much, which is good. I wonder what the rent is like at those apartments. A good question. Actually, where are the apartments? Oh, I guess over there. Probably pretty pricey. Then again, I don't know. I don't know, relatively speaking, how prestigious VIR is. Because I don't think it holds... I don't know, honestly, if it holds any, like, major road racing events anymore. I assume it has to host at least one, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. A lot of the top-level series... Yeah, well, the top-level American series, NASCAR, IMSA, IndyCar all don't go here, I don't think. GT racing probably comes here? I'm not sure. Zam maybe also. Okay, 65 is the furthest back we can go. We'll push it back. A bit more rotation of the braking. Yeah, it does kind of feel like it's in the middle of nowhere to some degree. So, hey Adam. I feel like they would be pricey, but maybe not as pricey as you'd think. Definitely nowhere near as pricey as like those silly condos at Silverstone that they've built. But then I don't even think you can have those for an extended period of time. I think those are just for like race weekends and stuff. But even then, you have to sell your kidney to be able to afford one. I'm not doing the engine any favors here. Did I get a bad downshift though? Because I could swear the engine normally doesn't hurt itself this much. Must have gotten a bad downshift somewhere, I think. I just didn't notice. Porsche Sprint Challenge next weekend. Okay. IMSA does come in. Okay. Along with some bike event. I didn't think IMSA did. Unless it's just the GTs. I remember looking at the IMSA calendar the other week, and the IMSA calendar is like really confusing because it's one of the only like theories I can think of where different classes are excluded from different rounds. Like they have a heap of rounds throughout the year, but there's some rounds where LMP2 don't show up. That's the most common one that doesn't show up. There's a couple of rounds where the DPs don't show up, and I think there's 1 or 2 rounds where the GTD AMs don't show up. Oh, the Michelin GT Challenge, okay. I'm guessing that probably is just the GTDs then. GTD and GTD AM. I was about to say, with like modern safety standards, I don't know if I would really run prototypes around here. You could, but questionable. The IMSA is a little puzzling with its layout. Or like structure of the calendar. Oh yeah, probably here I'm hurting the engine. Mashing the downshifts. Like, ticking it into the corners doesn't really do a lot. Normally. Whoops. if it didn't have a ghetto right next to it. I guess clear clarification there. How near are we talking there? Like right next door or like within a reasonable driving distance? Love checks and fails. Yeah, rip. I don't know what that could be. I don't think this track has been updated in like many years, so unless you have some separate version that has been like updated since. Maybe even if they're a Porsche screaming down the back street. Oh, okay. Pretty damn close. It wouldn't be bad, I guess. As long as it's a good track, because then you could keep going there yourself. But if it was like a pretty crappy track, then like... but like... There's a track in Cape Town. I'm guessing that's the one you're on about that's next to a ghetto. Oh god. Or is that a different one? Yeah, he's up to the top spot. How far off is it? Oh, almost a second. But the Shandon area ain't bueno. Understandable. I think it's one of the funny things of like whenever Formula 1 goes to like Interlagos, right? You have like the track all there and all the glitz and glamour of Formula 1. Then you can just see like the track is lined with like favelas all the way around. And it's just funny seeing that like stark contrast. I don't know how good or bad the area is, but it's just funny to see the contrast between like, you know, some of the richest people in sports running next to, you know, these not so lavish houses. The thing I don't get though is when people move near racetracks and then complain that they're near a racetrack. It's like, would you do the same if you live next to an airport? Racking the engine a bit much. Yes, it has happened at Laguna Seca, because Laguna Seca has the misfortune of existing in California. And California is no fun allowed. I mean, it's where the old Riverside circuit used to be as well, but that got bulldozed and turned into a shopping mall long ago. And Auto Club now, Speedway has suffered the same fate. It was meant to be reopened as a short track, but the front straight's just kind of sitting in limbo, really. They haven't done anything with it. I think there's a couple other tracks that are in the California area that have like shut down over the years as well. But yeah, thankfully, you know, places like Laguna Seca have the prestige where it's like they can be like, nuh-uh, we're not moving. But a lot of these other venues weren't so fortunate. Also helps that Laguna Seca is built on the side of a fuck-off hill, so not really a place you really want to build on, albeit I wouldn't put it past American real estate developers. No 787Bs allowed at Laguna. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I do know some tracks are actually restricted on the amount of racing days they can have in a year for this reason as well. Keep the local residents happy. Which is a shame because that does actively hurt their business as a track. But better than being shut down, I guess, so. It's probably developer's fault. What the fuck would you build there? Yeah. And they'll build anywhere if they can sell it. And the one from the link, you got to check some still. I did touch the car since the first week, so I don't know what's the deal now. Huh. That is very strange. I couldn't tell you what's wrong then. Because I did see it pop up, then I thought, oh, it could be the car, but then I was like, no, you were there on the first race, so surely it can't be the car. Oh, I'm out of fuel. But if you downloaded the track, check some on the car. The not in AC doesn't really tell you. Maybe it does if you check the logs. I don't know. But it's annoying that, like, the server doesn't immediately tell you, oh my god, I'm down to 4? Ugh. I'm gonna stick with this, though, because it's good enough. Let me check the... Just be 1000% sure. Content tracks VIR. Doesn't have the version number in it. It doesn't. I hate when they don't include version numbers. And most of these files are from back in 2016. Jeez. Where is VIR? Yeah, it hasn't been updated since 2016, so that link should still be valid. How bizarre. Didn't say check some miss. Oh no, wait. Oh no, I did. Never mind. I'm being stupid. Ooh. Over a second off the pace. Holy shit. Uh-oh. Yeah, it has to be either the car or the track. Yeah, yeah. There's nothing else it could be. The track hasn't been updated since 2016, though. And so if he's reinstalled the track, then from the link should still be the same. Unless I've somehow put the wrong link, which I don't think I did. I wouldn't rule it out. I've made stupider mistakes before. The dates checked out between my track files and the mod. Must have become the manager by mistake. You speaking from experience on that one. I really don't know. Wow, I'm not gonna get much chances to qualify here. Be a little closer to Yari, I could see what he's doing. Better clue where I'm going wrong. So I have to be going wrong somewhere to be nearly a second off the pace. You're in. What was it then? Do you know? Out as the car, huh? Whoopsie. Fuck. I'm finished last. Well, I think I'll be joining you at the back at the moment, it seems. I'm like a second off the pace of the front guys, it seems. We'll see. I'm not really sure yet where I'm missing. I'm assuming I could probably tackle some of these corners way harder than I actually am, but I don't know. It's not immediately obvious to me which corners and where. The exit there. I don't know if that really helps, but we'll find out when we get around to the start finish. $116.3, blimey. And 17.2 second off. Well, 9/10 I get it off, but basically a second. As Matthias, well, I'm a second off now. Ooh, bit of an overdrive there on the downshift. Not gonna help me. I'll overcook this as well. In grip, I guess. I don't know. Never really been close enough to anyone yet to really use them as a measuring stick. Do I avoid that curve? And the rest of that was pretty shite. So yeah, it wasn't any better. Okay, well, We shall see. At 1.2 seconds. Those three are pretty close. Well, these two are. But here it's 0.3 of a second ahead. This will be interesting, I guess, to see. I know this never usually ends well, but maybe there's some last minute changes I can make. I'm not sure. No, I'm just going to keep it how it is. And we're going to see. Pray for the best. Hope that it doesn't go to complete shit. I could easily go backwards as much as I could go forwards. Bill didn't really get away well. Big. Close enough to anyone I had the slipstream in though. See if we can give Adam maybe a little bit of a tow up the hill. Let's come up the inside here. Oh, we overcook it a little bit. Let's settle back in behind. Much rear slip through that. Whee. All over the shop. Okay. We good? We good? Through there. All over that curb. Okay, good start, all things considered. Maybe should have given him a bit of a bump draft. Probably would have helped me more. Careful here, don't accidentally kill the two of us. Oh, where's he going? Really slowed it up there. Maybe I was paid back for doing the same to him last week. Bit of a wheel on the grass there, but we lived. Taking it all through the curbs, eating the grass. Kind of a push, or maybe a little bitty one. Oh, that didn't really work out so well. Surprised. I was thinking I was going to be down in the doldrums here, but whoa, actually have a bit of a battle on our hands. For second. Okay, I think if I give Gary much breathing space, he probably will run away from me. So I can't really afford to let that happen. Okay. A bit faster than me there. I'm going to pull in a little bit under the slipstream. Inch by inch. It's going deep. Phil's fallen back, actually. Surprised by that. But Yari has stretched his leg a little. He's almost out. Oh, going full blown into that corner. Fell a little bit there, but kind of worked out. Oh, it's because he was at the fastest lap there. Oh my god. I didn't know it was a 1:16.0 I was aiming for there. Just about held on to that. Right out of there. I ran a bit too deep there. It's hurt me quite a bit. Catching up to that. My head. See what he does. He's gonna let us through. Really gotten away from me now. As Phil puts in a faster lap. Hopefully I can keep Phil behind. I'm not sure if I'll be able to catch up to Yari. As I said, I think as soon as I gave him much space, or breathing space, it was going to be pretty much over, I think, with his relative speed in comparison to me, at least from what qualifying indicated. Of course, in the race, I've upped that speed quite a nice bit, but not quite enough still. He's all over me. Oh crap. Seven left. Phil is closing in. is not great. It's on 15. Oh shit. You'll definitely use getting faster behind. I need to up my speed a bit in this last lap here. To keep him at bay. Race 2 is going to be quite interesting, I think. These ones I need to go by, obviously with the reverse grid and whatnot. Gonna be... Am I gonna jinx it? Okay. That's gonna be... Podium. Race 1. It's not too bad. Oh god. There's a wall there. Minutes? Who hasn't finished yet? Everyone. I can just do... I'll leave it for a bit. Try set up GZ. Guess I could send mine. Guessing somebody hasn't finished. I'm gonna just bump it on though, because I think we could probably get away with that. There you go. Actually flip the grid? I think it has, yeah. If it hasn't... Oh, I guess because it doesn't count. I get lights for this stuff. Hopefully so. I guess because Adam and Beefy or whatever didn't finish, technically. They get moved to the back of the grid. I actually start third. Ready. I know Phil's got speed, so it's something I'm going to have to keep an eye out for. Good start, Yari right there. Oh, I'm like sandwiched here. Oh my... Oh, what was I doing? Alright, well, I put that back at the braking. I was too busy looking at where the cars were around me. I didn't even think to shift up to fifth. I could have ended real bad. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Holy shit. Okay, Phil's out in the lead for the moment, which Not really what I had planned. I'm all over the place on the infield. Get in front of Yari again. On the grass there. Oh, curving. Curving there is killer. See what Diari's play is going to be here. Is he going for the push? I think he is. Woo! That was a bit of a janky push there. That hurt him a lot. Didn't help me out terribly much either. Bit of a lock up into the corner. It closed up a little bit on Phil, I guess, but not a lot. Oh, God. Keep it on the track. God, I got these two swarming behind me like vultures. The mirror behind doesn't really help because it makes things look way bigger than they actually are. Big slide through there and get a good idea of like runs of momentum and whatnot. We're looking at it. Swapping all over the joint. Let's see, does he get it better this time? Or does he just go for the overtake? He's going for the overtake. I'm gonna outdo him, I think. Isn't breaking away too much, despite the fact that I'm having to hold the fort like crazy here. Oh, it's so tight. I did not get a good run out there. Trying to outbreak me. Bumping all over those curbs. Is Batia gonna give him a push? I think he is. Slid him out a little bit now. It was a little less in control than I would have liked, but made it work. Oh, 5.5 minutes to go though. Oh boy. I need Batia to start putting more pressure on. Well, that's good. He got a bit of a bad break there. Oh yeah, Batia's having him now. Hopefully those two can fight it out a bit. Give me some breathing space that I could very well use. Woo! That's fastest lap of the race. Batia is ahead of Yari. Yari seems like he's dropped back quite a bit. Not ideal, but we'll carry on. Well, that curb did not help. Let's see if I can try and close down Phil at all. Doing an amazing job at that at the moment. But we shall see. .6 ahead. He's actually getting slightly further ahead. Isn't great. Okay, it's not too bad. Just a little slower than Phil, but not drastically. However, Matteo obviously is faster. He's catching up. Oh, get the switch out of there. That brings him closer. Good point is that Yari's falling even further behind, it seems. Here is all over me now. Thing is, I don't want to give up too much time to Yari. I also don't want to give him the place easily. So I'm going to try and look for a move up in here. No, he's not. They backed out way early there. As he wants that run down the straight. I'm going to try and make sure I get a good enough run so I don't give that to him. What he got on the curbs, that works nicely in my favour. Clocked the lap ever so slightly faster than Phil there. But Yari did clock a lap faster than all of us. So that wasn't ideal. Little lock up there. Oh, big slide through the turn. Really not what I wanted. Got the worst mix of things that I could have gotten there. Right all over me again. Looks like Phil's probably got this one in the bag unless he makes a mistake. He's all over me here. How's he going? Going up the inside. As I walk up a bit. Then give me the old switcheroo. I don't think that really quite worked. I didn't quite get the drive out of there that I wanted. He's looking defensive. I didn't really want to get up the side there, but that's kind of what happened under braking. So I don't accidentally drive into the back of him and put Yari right up into the fray though. Last lap. Just broke the slipstream range. Yari's in the slipstream range. It's not good. Pretty sure he's not going to camp me here. Okay, I think we're good. There we go. And to the bush. Oh, never mind. I'm way better than I was expecting. Which probably means that the Porsche race is going to be awful, but we'll see. We shall see. Okay. Oof. Race 2 is alright. Good to hear. Race 2 is pretty good for me as well. Won't have time to go through all of it. Oh my god, though. This fucking start. Watch here. Got a pretty good start. I'm going up through the gears. And I'm too busy realizing that I'm in a sandwich here. And you see? I forgot to change up the 50. That could have ended way worse than it did. And luckily I still dived in on the brakes enough to get the spot back from Yari. Actually hold on to second place. But man, I got way sideways through here. I did not want to stick up. Obviously slid through here, he got around my outside. But I held it. Yeah. I was too busy looking at the cars beside of me, I didn't even think to shift up the fifth. I held that one so I got separated from the pack early. Probably have to look at your battle afterwards because there's a bear. Not long until the next race. Yeah, I remember a push here that did not work though. I think he should have backed up a little bit and tried to link up, but instead he just went wham. And that shot me up the road a little bit. But in the end, didn't really get us as much as we maybe could have. Music helped the mood. Fair enough. Ooh, he was sideways there. I was surprised how much pace I was able to pull out in the race though compared to qualifying. I was pretty much nowhere in qualifying, but I think in race 1 I pulled a 16-0 out. Admittedly that was maybe a little too much grass touching, but you want to? Oh yeah, it is called bitch. I forgot about that. Yeah, that is what it's actually called. If you guys having trouble braking, it's just the weight really. But yeah, T1 is called bitch. I'd forgotten about that. Kept these guys behind quite nicely for a bit. Now I got the run here and I defended. Which paid off. Oh. Big old drifting. Oh, I got on the throttle way too early. Left after falling behind and making the same mistake. Unfortunate. Yeah, I did see you left a bit early. It's kind of a shame when people leave pretty early because you never really know what's going to happen. I'll be honest, I was surprised he stuck around to race 2. But I guess he'd maybe noticed it was a double race and thought, I'll use this as a bit of a practice session and then try race 2. He did run my setup, and my setup did have the brakes pushed all the way back, so maybe he was struggled. But I'd have to see what he was struggling with, really, to know. Oh yeah, right. I missed. Was he blubbering? Or yapping, I should say, not blubbering. Here, ended up getting past Yari. Ultimately, it said, oh, Yari got on the grass. That's what did it. Gave him the place. Trying to catch up to Phil here, but it didn't really work. Even the same setup when we come with longer gears. Yeah, though, that's literally what I did too. I used my weak 1 setup and just cranked the gearing up. And I pushed the braking back by 1%, because then it was at the furthest back it could go. You want to give him my all-right setup? Oh, was you running that again? I guess thinking about it, they are mostly right turns. I didn't think about that. Here we got a right turn. Left turn that's barely a turn. A left turn, but then into a right, and then into a left hairpin. And then into a long right, which I guess, yeah, would help. Yeah, I guess the major corners on the track are all right-handers. That one, and that one. In the middle, it's really just about staying on the track, really. Oops. As long as you stay on the track and you can pretty much hold on to the place. Oh yeah, it's more stable on the fast. Is this fast right? Oh, the fast right here, I guess. Or this right. I don't know. This counts as one corner, I guess. Bit ship-shape there. Didn't help you there, though. That did help me quite a bit, though. In the end, it wasn't enough, but it did help. He meant left. Ah, okay. Didn't want to try anything stupid. Nearly outbraked myself into here. Tried to go for the switchback, but it didn't really work out. Was not expecting to get side by side here. We nearly touched. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, there isn't really any way you can get past through this bit unless somebody really fucks up. Getting a good run out of here is crucial, which I was not getting good runs out of that corner. So much so that Yari actually got into my slipstream. I tried to come around the outside here. Luckily the start-finish straight was way back there, so he didn't get it in the end. And dead. Cool. We'll come back and look at the rest later, because now we've got... Oh, it literally just refreshed as I went there to look at it. There you go. Porsche server is up. Races feel too short. That you're saying you want longer races. Oops. Clicking on the wrong things. I did actually think... I don't know why I chose against it, but I did think about lengthening the races. Not massively, but maybe to like 25-30 minutes for the Porsche. Why I didn't, I couldn't tell you. I just kind of... convenient. Unless you mean like the 2x10 felt a bit too short for the Legends. Which maybe. The one issue of running 2 races back to back is obviously we are kind of time boxed with race 1. Especially when we do double races. Because while the actual race length may be the same, obviously you end up with the problem that while race length is the same, the actual what should we call it? Oh my god, I'm like completely blanking out here. The length of the actual event itself, there we go, is longer. Oh, somebody's come to greet me in the pit lane. Just setting up the car. I'm just gonna do that, and I'm gonna stop fiddling around, but I'm just gonna get out on track. Don't know who's... Oh. They keep the horn, they can't. Everybody's on track so we can get away using the shorter pit exit. Alright, have length of the gearing. 0.333 hours a little more. Yeah. I guess it's true, yeah, it is a third of an hour. 20 minutes. Pure coincidence as well that we're running Le Mans today. I wasn't even thinking of Le Mans. Then I noticed the coincidence, I was like, I'll leave it. Works out. It's probably the track I test drove this car the most on, and I was like, yeah, this could be pretty fun. Let's see on the gearing side of things. 201. Okay, we're actually topping out. Maybe I could extend the gearing. Actually, the tires are. I'd probably burn up the tires on the way out. Oh, whoops. I was a bit late on the braking on that. We're good though. Cold tires. Ooh, I shouldn't hit that curb. To be honest, I really didn't get around to watching much of Le Mans this year. Normally watch a bit of it at least. I really didn't watch anything until the highlights after the race. Loosen the steering up a bit here. This is throwing me about all over the place. Especially at these speeds, it's really loading up that steering. Oof. Ow. Too much of an LMP GT3 hater to care about Lomon. What don't you like about the prototypes then? Let's try clicking that up. The GT3s I can understand. I also don't like GT3s. Honestly, I could tolerate them more in sim racing than watching them in real life. I don't really have any interest in watching real world GT3 racing most of the time. There's nothing else on, I might watch it, but... And I have literally nothing better to do, but... Oh. That was a great run out of the pits. Ooh, that's funky. Just to see what this is. It's like drive. Isn't the time to be looking at shit like this, but can't lower that a bit. Oh, it does move. I have no idea what any of these lights mean, but they look fancy. I'm sure it's also great to... Whoops. I'm sure it's great to have these up in front of my vision. Nope, that's the wrong one. Aha, it doesn't light up. Okay. Okay. Actually drive the car. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we disconnected. Oh, my nose is too itchy. I think we can stretch a couple extra mile an hour. The longer gearing. Picked a bit out of that. Hopping into that, but that's okay. Alright, I need the mirror back on. There you go. I was thinking something was missing. This is technically is the little camera down there, but it's better to have it where I'm more used to it being. bit easier to look straight up as well than it is to look at this small screen. Doesn't quite give as much peripheral vision. But this feedback is brutal with the Porsche curves. This car really doesn't leave anything up to the imagination. I don't remember it being this strong at other tracks though. Oh shit. This is not going to be a fast lap at all. Is that going to help? Okay. It's nearly death again. In terms of the lap time difference readout seems to cap out at 134 seconds. This is an 11-minute lap time. I'm pretty certain I have more. 120 or 130 seconds in hand. It's a little over 2 minutes. Albeit, where did I... Oh, I guess I crashed near the end the first time, didn't I? Oh, shit. They'll probably go up once I clear the next sector. Be on this vehicle there. Made it though. It really is throwing me around all over the place. I got 471 seconds, yeah. That's kind of it. Hey, up to the top. 8 seconds. The laps are quite long here, so I'll take that with a grain of salt. That's not too bad. Get another lap in here so I can get a rough guidance of how much fuel I'm gonna need. Shake my hands off the wheel. ruining this car. I don't find the tires too bad. I mean, maybe on a controller, they're harder to deal with, but on those first couple of laps I did when I initially tested the car, I not really had any problems with them. Myself, at least. I do. One lock up and now you're on eggshells. I guess. Overheat in seconds. You have to do flat spot quite easily. But yeah, I do think. I mean, I don't know. I should have gone on the first gear there. That was really bad. One thing I'm not quite sure on actually is how quickly should cars flat spot, because, or how easily should cars flat spot? I mean, I guess it depends on the car and their tires and how you're braking and whatnot. But I do remember, like in AC, for the most part, flat spotting I don't think really is much of a problem on a lot of cars. But I remember in R Factor 2 especially, some cars, you even look at the brake pedal the wrong way. I mean, like the Indy cars, for example. You look at the brake pedal the wrong way in those cars and your wheel starts to shake. And this is kind of closer to that in some regards. I wouldn't quite say it was as bad as the Indy car. But it is definitely noticeable. Phew! 13 minutes. I need more fuel. Oh, it's gonna weigh down the front, doesn't it? Okay, what's the max I could put in without overweighing the front? 44. 20 minutes, 27 seconds. Eesh. And I had a spin and then a blown tire when trying to get back on track. Huh. What am I looking at? Ah, yes. I'm going to raise the right height up. That's going to be way too high. Should be enough fuel, though. Can I click these down one? Yeah, I can. I wonder if doing that might help slightly. I don't know. We'll try it. See how it goes. That was mostly on default settings. Qualifying time. Get a couple of clicks all around. Higher pressures, see what that does. Still there. I'm running with race fuel in the front. Might hurt me a little bit for the corners, but eh. Whatever. This will definitely be more important. It's a track where you can overtake quite easily. Of course, starting up front is preferred, but get away with not being at the very top of the front of the field. Overdid it there. Shit. Don't know what happened there, that was weird. Just didn't stop. No real damage, so we're good to keep going. Some front end changes really helped. Albeit that could also, well, I'm running like almost double the fuel load in this thing. From what I know, Porsches do typically get more. As you burn off the fuel, obviously the front end dips down to get better front end handling as the race goes on. So this thing is running on like the limit of, well actually, the nose won't go down, so the nose will go up. But there's less weight on the front, so the power will handle better. Porsche is definitely one of the cars where you do really notice the fuel burn. On the throttle there, but we got away with it. No, man. It's really uncomfortable for whatever reason. I have to like stand up off this lap for a minute. Something prime lap time. I regret recommending this car. It's unfortunate, but I mean, I wouldn't say, I mean, from your personal perspective, I guess, but I wouldn't say overall, I'd say it's not bad. right. At 2 psi all around, and all my tires are still cold, still below the pressure mark. But I guess the fact that they have more psi doesn't mean that they do cool down quicker. Really fighting the bumps through the Porsche curves. I really had to do that so hard before. They're going to like 18 psi to get around mostly. Oh, that's great. Actually, we're still up a little bit. Push that up there. The real question is, what's Mattia got in the bag? Try that, see where that goes. Might not help. It might also help. Oh, that didn't really help. .330 bugger. Of course he would. Even the fueling maybe was a bit of a mistake, but hey ho. Start last and messed it up. But that's not great if you're saying that then, because that means you're going to be even faster then. Ooh, God. Nailed that fucking curb. We're putting a lot of time that I run last time. It's real bad. Ah, shit. You know, I didn't lose too much time from that. We are bleeding, but very slowly. Really not paying attention then. Very nearly off the track. Oh, take that. I need to fucking stand up though. My butt. Oh. Right. Got a bit of overtime still in qualifying. See, it's a long lap. Oh, there we go. Time to race. Jeez. Hit my old man arc, I feel. Okay. Not fully comfortable, but that's probably about as comfortable as I'm gonna get. Cheers for the luck, I will need it. Drop into the back of the bridge, okay. Ooh, jeez. Oh, Yari's gone. Open the toe. Did pull on me a little bit there. And the question is now, do I have too much downforce? The $1 million question. Seems not, maybe. Bill isn't really gaining anymore. Oh, never mind, he is still. Figured I'd want to keep some, albeit Mattia has gone through. In hindsight, I probably should have trimmed all of it off, but I didn't. So here we are. Let me see what Mattia can do on these straights, though. Phil's right behind him. Which stays ahead. Crucially for him. Not good for me. That doesn't really seem like I think that he might be actually. Giant curve on the inside there. That will absolutely kill me. Nice and early on the brake. Indy. Good shit, Granage. Crucially though, we are still ahead. Gap has dropped a little bit. Dropped a little bit more now. This will be an interesting test, I guess. As we enter Porsche curves for the first time. Maybe I should have eased off a little bit on that default diff coast. I don't think I changed anything about it. The thing is feeling at higher end is feeling a bit lacking on power, or rotation on power. Well, the tier did not get a good run out of there, which is good for me. That curb tried to kill me. Wasn't gonna let it. I really want to be dead out of there as well. I think I might actually have a little more downforce than the others, because I have pulled a bit away and come around onto the straight. Had to be a bit down the straight, but we can live with that. I'm hoping that at least this car does slipstream pretty well, so it's arguably the bit I'm least worried about, actually. It's not quite having the edge on the straights, because if he catches, I can just slipstream. That's the hope, at least. It seems like the advantage isn't that big he has over me in terms of straight line performance, so I'm hedging my bets that that will work. Obviously, I've got plenty of gear, and that I am topped out. So, gearing also isn't a problem. I'm not going to suddenly run out. Might be slightly hurt. Might even be what's slightly hurting me on the straights. But I opted for a longer gear. But I don't regret it. A bit of a lock there a little bit, but we got away with it. Bit ship-shaped, but we lived. Set up a bit much in our arch, but I got away with that. He's getting slowly closer. Just not quite getting the front end rotation for here that I would like. Oh, a bit wider than I would want it there because I hit that curb, but we lived. Oh, pretty close in those lap times. Wiggle there. Caught it. Feeling me material sort of the class of the field at the moment. It's both a good and a bad thing. Good, because it means I only have one car to really worry about. Bad, because it means he only has one car to worry about. And that's me. He had a bit of a thorn in his side. Do me very nicely. Very slowly pulling that gap in, though. which is something that I will need to be wary of. I think we probably will end up battling later down the line. But crucially... Oh... Crap. I braked too late there. I really didn't lose anything from doing that. Maybe a little bit. No, actually, I'm surprised. I really didn't. But I would. Great. Reaching the mid-race flounder. It's up into the slipstream. Hopefully that means through the Porsche curves he's going to be swept by the dirty air. We'll see. Didn't pull out much, but pulled out a little bit. Careful on those curbs, because they will kill me. Wait, did not. He doesn't really get very good exits out of that. Maybe that was faster lap. Did I cut on the first one? So confused. I got the count as a better lap. ACB Walden. Yes, there are a couple of spots in this track on the straight. I know where there's some. Well, you know what it might have been actually. I went a bit wide, didn't I? With the back corner. I think that would count as a cut. The corner just before the final two chicanes. Now this is where things are going to get interesting though. He's within half a second. Not quite in that slipstream range yet, but we know he does have a slight straight line advantage. Good ship over the curves there. Straight line advantage isn't really coming in much here. I was thinking it would. He's not even in that sacred 0.4 seconds. There we go, he is now. Don't make the same mistake I made last time. Whack that curb like I did. Yeah, we're still hanging on just about. He's inching closer. Inching. I suspect unless one of us makes a mistake, most likely me, as I nearly did. That rear was hopping like crazy. It's properly in that slipstream now. Look at that run. Went very deep in there. That kind of helped me on that. It's quite nice. Too much curb there for me. That slowed me up quite a bit. Right there. Let's get back out. Okay, 2 more laps to go. We got a bit wide there. He's right in that window now. This is where the battle begins. He's gonna get a run. He's gonna get the slipstream. Look at him go. That's not good. That was bad. Very bad. Damn it. I think it's pretty much ruined the race for me. Just got a slight snag on that rear axle. Given that we've been dealing with such fine margins pretty much the whole way through. Slightly faster down the straight than I am. Pretty certain. I hope I catch some lucky breaks in these upcoming corners to really see if I can close that gap back down. Hoping we could have a bit of a fight. Effectively swap roles in this race. The hunter is now the hunted. Not really gaining much though. The problem. A little bit more. Just so annoying that it's just these fractions of a tenth all over the place. It's making the difference. Like blowing those 7 temps really cost me. Too much cut there. Damn it. He's not bad enough through the bits that I can be faster than him through. And to really be able to catch up meaningfully. catch up a bit there, but we basically just brought it back to even Stevens from where we were at the start of the lap. Look for our way to get any kind of slipstream. Gained on me or pulled away more through there. This is the final lap as well. So it's just extra sucky. I'm actually a second up on the Delta. Brake too early. This braking markers got me all muddled up. It's up to 2 seconds away now. I think I'll let this one get away. The only hope is really that he runs out of fuel or something. Or he makes a mistake somewhere. I did make a bit of a shabby run through that corner, though. I pulled in a few attempts, but it's not enough, really. He still has that margin. Maybe my fuel light at the top there, but actually still got enough fuel, and I think to do a whole other lap, really. Oh, got too much curb. Got that wrong. That was kind of a bummer. I was hoping I could have done a bit more there. Just one little error, and that pretty much took me out of it. I said he was like 2 seconds faster. Didn't feel that much faster. Then again, this is a long lap, so seconds don't matter as much as they normally do. Ugh. I'm sweating like a pig though after that. Got a pretty decent start, all things considered. Of course, Mattia jumped back, but oh, fuck's sakes. I got away from the other two, crucially. Oh. Yeah, it was pretty rough from Yari. He was braking already. And he just locked the rear axle, round he went. Unfortunate. run in the slipstream is pretty crazy. Of course, other people's cars show the wheels sticking through the fenders. It's fine on mine, but on other people's, yeah, see, 186 and it's sticking through, but 190 on mine and it's not. Yeah, Phil came back with that run. He was on the outside and he braked way earlier. Didn't quite get anything out of it. It wasn't even really... I wonder if he was more trimmed out, maybe, because he's not even really in the slipstream here. Unless it's still counted. And he's ripping in. Almost at 200 already. Pretty crazy. Seemed like he didn't. Maybe he was running much less downforce, maybe fully trimmed out. He doesn't seem to have as much confidence through the corners. Had the Mattia, so well, a bit of a wiggle there out of the last one. That didn't help him. Yari catch up to Hanu. Oh, that was nearly the wall. Oh, those sausage cubs. Nearly got him. Seemed like he didn't have too much of a bad time picking this car up, though. I know this car can bite you quite easily if you're not... You don't really know what it can and can't do. Once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad, but those initial runnings can be a bit tricky. Oh. Way wide there. Oh, he locked up. Oh, that's unlucky. Way across the grass. And that was that. The front here, though, was running quite nicely. Until I did accidentally run the chicane one lap. Because I completely missed the braking markers like an idiot. I drove past them, I was like, oh, shit, those are the braking markers. But, I don't remember where it was. I did just making lots of little errors, I guess. Allowed Mattia to really catch up. But they weren't the end of the world. I figured I could still fight it out. And crucially held on to the lead here. But a terrible run out, though. Which wasn't good. He backed out pretty early here, which is good for me. Happy to run through. But of course, right on me onto the straight. Slight straight line advantage as well. I don't know if that was because of lesser gears, less downforce or what. Because I was running a little bit. I wasn't running much. I think it was 1 and 3 I had at the end. Maybe I should have experimented a bit more, but I felt that was comfortable enough. In terms of the speed trade-off. Actually caught a bit of a toe here myself, given how strong it was, but here was where the big mistake happened. Just that little rear lock there. And that was it. Race done. I needed to stay within the slipstream, really, to be able to do anything, because he was chipping away, temp by temp, very slowly. So I needed to stay close, and, well, losing that, pretty much. Lost the race. Oop. But he's not facing the right way here. Hanu. Oh. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, way too late on the brakes. Locks up, hits the wall, hits the tires. Oh no, and ooh, doesn't quite roll over. Nearly did though. Nice to get going again. Ouch. Yeah, I did try and close back in, but I couldn't really go much faster than I was already going, which wasn't good enough. So I ended up just making loads of silly mistakes on the last couple of laps. That I think probably cost me more time. But I had to try something. But in the end, it was not enough. Crash again, or... Oh, oh, yep, through the gravel and around. Oh no! Oh no! How? I've never seen that happen. Managed to spin it around. It's a cut. Missed the braking zone. Shot through the gravel. Lost the rear, spun. Oh. Yeah, he lit up the tires too much and they blew, I think. Doesn't really show very well in the replay, yeah, but I think he blew the rear tires. As you can see, he's burning them up. And you see there, the car drops. And then he gets stuck on... Oh, that's tragic. That is tragic. Never seen that happen before. Oh, yeah, I got that a bit wrong. I bought it home pretty safely, and I think that was pretty much everything, though. I don't know if there was anything else in particular. I think all the positions are pretty much set beyond that. I think in hindsight, though, he probably shouldn't have lit it up as hard as he did there. Should have just let the car settle itself back down. Let's bring back up the legends, though. Yeah. I fell short too. Those last couple of laps felt painfully long for me. So. Gutted. I mean, I guess podium in every race is nice, but I could have put up a better fight for that win, but I blew it. Fundamentally blew it. Let's see how this went. Got ahead. I guess that is a white livery. I almost thought he didn't have a livery for a second, but it's just very white. Not a lot to it other than the number and some logos on the side. Oh, moving to the back of him there. He parks the bus nicely on all the apexes. Oh, yeah, very early on the brakes up the hill here. I think that caught you by surprise a bit. Got away with it though. Oh, unlucky. Just spooked, ran a bit wide. He's gonna slipstream back through. I think if you can really get linked up bumper to bumper think you can actually go faster down the straight. Ooh. That's pretty nice there, getting that gap. Obviously, we didn't really go anywhere, but... Boy, he's really slow. Trying around the outside, but oh... Yeah, it's tricky. Don't forget I was in chase cam. We both went one there. Both locked up. Yeah, okay. Well, you got him back. Yeah, he stayed on the grass. Didn't quite recover so well. Ooh. Too much curb there, yeah. Oof. The curbs around here can be mean if you're not careful. Open the door, look for it. We're running that curb though. That sort of hampered you a little bit there. Oh, he's gone deep. It's tricky braking. Trying to look for that gap. Oh, he's gone again. He made the corner this time. There we go. Run away with it now. Badoosh. I'm guessing... He said he only did 4 laps. Oh yeah, he spun out here and then he gave up. If anything else is happening elsewhere. This is the battle we all saw earlier. You were kind of on your own from here on out. Cool. Yeah, that was some pretty decent racing tonight. This check's worked pretty nicely, I'd say. It was a shame the grid spread out a bit quite early in the Porsches. I'm hoping we'd maybe have a little more battling than what we did get in the end, but it's the luck of the draw sometimes. Sometimes you get a race like Indy a few weeks back, and other times you get one where everyone's kind of on their own. I mean, me and Mattia weren't really at the front, but yeah, there wasn't much. We didn't really get much of a chance to properly do battle, other than that, like, what, half of a lap or so, third of a lap. Maybe you were in slipstream range. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty decent. Next week, the Legends head to Modena, the fast layout, and the Porsches head over to Thermalito with the T1 cut. That'll be very saucy, that's for sure. Probably the hardest track on the schedule, I think. But also probably one of the most fun, if you can get it right. I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Alright, take care, Adam. See ya. Thanks for coming along and racing. Thanks for coming along and chatting as well. Yeah, been up for like 20 hours, fair enough. But yeah, those are some interesting rounds coming next week. At some point next week as well, I will probably reveal the special. Keeping it secret still. When I get some bits prepared for it. Make sure it's all ready to go once it's ready. So I'll probably reveal that at some point next week. Make a little trailer for it and stuff. Just to jump a bit of hype. Gonna be a bit of a fun one, not a very serious one. gonna be screwing around with some stuff. It's not really like anything we've done so far. But it is a format I've had in the back burner for quite some time, and I've always been tempted to do, but never really had the space to. Never really found the right space to do it. So I think now that we've got these guaranteed specials in, it's time. And hopefully it'll work out. Hopefully it'll be a bit of fun. But you'll find out more on that next week. At some point. I can't guarantee when. It's whenever I bother to get everything sorted, which could be any point. But committing next week. Quick nudge on the website stuff. Nothing's really changed on it and what's actually live. Obviously barring the results updating. But I have been chipping away in the background steadily at at improving some of the behind the scenesy stuff, making more automation, tidying up some of the structure and architecture and whatnot. Slowly building it and shaping it up into what I want it to be. Hopefully, I don't know when, but hopefully I'm building towards having both the results be automated, and also the server file generation be, or the race config file generation be automated too. Because, yeah, it would save me a bit of time. All I'd really have to do is just throw in the parameters I want, and bada bing, bada boom. Because, yeah. Really all I do each week is go in and update the track and update any of the rosters if there's been any new registrations or whatnot. But I mean, it saves me about 5-10 minutes each week, because I have to log into everything obviously and put the files in the right places and whatnot. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been working towards in the background. Yeah, taking on the point about the longer races, yeah, we could definitely, as I mentioned earlier, I'd thought about the idea of doing some longer races. I have been meaning, I did mention it a few weeks ago and I never did. I have been meaning to put out like a form just to kind of gauge people's opinions and feelings at this time. So I'll probably work on that tonight, given that I've not got really anything else to do at the moment. Yeah, because over the weeks I've just kind of thought of more and more things that I would be interested to question you guys on, and see how you feel about it. So do look out for that. Because yeah, I have been sort of slacking a bit on work, but I am starting to try and pick up speed again with the server work and stuff. Yeah. I don't really have anything more I want to mention at the moment, but if anybody has any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat now, and I'll happily answer. Of course, there's always the Discord server and whatnot. That's always open for any feedback, suggestions, ideas, general chat, or whatnot you may want. So if you don't want to ask me there, or ask me here, you can always ask me there. You can also reach out to me in DMs if you want. They're always open. I'm happy to field any questions or things you have to say. Even if it's just a little hi. If you want to catch up on some completely random stuff, don't mind that either. But yeah. Of course, as per usual, thanks everyone who came out and chatted. Thanks everyone who came out and raced. It's good to see. And yeah, look forward to seeing you all around next week. And obviously keep an eye out for the bits that I just talked about. So yeah, thanks everyone. Adios.